From the Detroit Free Press, it's Wednesday, July 1st.
Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Bush's has over 4,000 Michigan products, including the freshest fruit and vegetables, meat, seafood, and baked goods. Stop by one of Bush's 16 locations for the personal service you expect from your neighborhood grocer.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kristen Shamus. A second wave of job cuts and layoffs have hit a Michigan healthcare system as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to ravage the economy. Layoffs and schedule reductions for 1,000 Trinity Health Michigan workers will begin this week and continue through the end of July. The cuts will primarily affect non-clinical and administrative positions within the Livonia-based organization. It includes St. Joseph Mercy Health System and Mercy Health. President and CEO Mike Slabowski said in a memo to staff that Trinity is losing millions of dollars each day because of the pandemic. Elective procedures and other non-essential health care all but shut down in Michigan for the initial coronavirus surge. Although most of the procedures have resumed, it hasn't been enough to make up for the $134 million in losses the system incurred in March and April. This comes after Trinity Health Michigan furloughed 2,600 employees, about 10% of its workforce, in April. To learn more, go to freep.com.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. In a tweet that has gone viral, a 22-year-old Amazon driver, Derek Lancaster, said he quit Monday, walking off the job and leaving his delivery truck with the keys still in it at a Lathrop Village gas station. So much for the Amazon smile. Lancaster said he didn't think his tweet would get over 10 million interactions. He thought it was going to get maybe 50 likes and 20 retweets, but it struck a chord with other people. In fact, he said, folks sent Twitter messages telling him that they were inspired to quit too. Amazon, however, said his actions do not reflect its high standards. Among Lancaster's grievances, he was late getting to his sister's recent graduation party because he was working, and he felt constant pressure to deliver more packages. Since the pandemic began, Amazon workers nationwide have called out sick in protest and held rallies to raise awareness about unsafe and harsh working conditions. This weekend, protesters marched outside a home of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. Lancaster said later in a video he sent to the Free Press that he regrets posting his dramatic departure on social media because it probably will hurt his future job prospects. But he doesn't regret quitting. He said he has high standards too.
This is Phoebe Wall-Howard, a reporter on the Detroit Free Press Autos team. Ford Motor Company made a surprise announcement on Wednesday that it planned to stop production of the Lincoln Continental in 2020. The last vehicle will roll off the assembly line in Flat Rock, Michigan later this year. And the 2021 model will be available only to consumers in China. The Continental sedan reflects a time in history. It is often linked to an era when smoking was sexy and executives sipped cocktails during business lunches. The 1961 Lincoln Continental introduced America to a new design that transformed a failing luxury brand into a hot sedan carrying world leaders, industrial barons, and the Hollywood elite. In the United States, consumers have shifted to SUVs, and they've expressed interest in the Lincoln Aviator and Corsair and Navigator. President John F. Kennedy rode through Dallas in a dark blue Continental convertible. It is this association with American history and pop culture that inspires admiration from consumers in China.
This is Carlos Menarez of the Detroit Free Press. The PGA Tour's Rocket Mortgage Classic is ready to tee off at Detroit Golf Club, where 6 of the top 20 players in the world will compete. 5th-ranked Webb Simpson, a 2-time winner this season, who's coming off a victory 2 weeks ago at the RBC Heritage in Hilton Head, leads the field. But he could face some tough competition from Bryson DeChambeau, the world's 11th-ranked golfer who has an interesting new eating regimen that's packed on the pounds and helps him hit the ball a mile. Fan favorites like Bubba Watson, Jason Day, and Ricky Fowler are also in the field, as is last year's wire-to-wire winner, Nate Lashley. The tournament marks the first major sports event in Michigan since the coronavirus pandemic shut down much of the sports world. It was originally scheduled for May, and it's the PGA Tour's 4th tournament since it restarted without fans in attendance on June 11th. So far, 6 players have tested positive for COVID-19, including 3 who were in the field this week. Make sure to follow all your Rocket Mortgage Classic news at freep.com.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.